Attention, dear Kansas City Chiefs fan. We have some extraordinary news for you today. Get ready to discover exciting information about your favorite team. So don't waste any time and hit that like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell. Just imagine, it has been an incredible 141 days since the Kansas City Chiefs triumphed over the Philadelphia Eagles with an electrifying 38-35 victory in Super Bowl 57. Both teams are just a few weeks away from the start of training camp, but there's something still lingering in the minds of some players, making it hard to close the chapter on the 2022 season. Recently, Eagles defensive player Brandon Graham drew attention when he spoke about the playing conditions at State Farm Stadium, the venue for SBLVI. He emphasized, "You need traction to move in the game, and we were slipping a lot. I'm telling you, the Chiefs' offensive line was blessed in that regard." And to be fair to Graham, he's not wrong. If anyone understands the unfavorable field conditions at State Farm Stadium, it's the Kansas City Chiefs themselves and their passionate fans. It became evident to everyone involved in September 2022 when the Chiefs visited the Cardinals for the season opener. In that game, or rather, on that surface, place kicker Harrison Butker and rookie cornerback Trent McDuffie suffered injuries due to the loose turf. Both missed a total of 10 weeks of the regular season after Week 1. The inadequacy of the field surfaced again on the biggest stage in the NFL, 5 months later. However, the issue with Graham's comment is that he arbitrarily chose to attribute only negative impact to the Eagles' defensive line. That's absurd for one simple reason: the Chiefs played on the same surface. Granted, the Eagles had the most dominant defensive unit in terms of quarterback pressure, leading the league with 70 sacks, an impressive record, ranking third all-time for a single season. That's one of the main reasons why many experts chose the Eagles over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. There's an old saying in professional boxing that goes, "Styles make fights." It holds true in the NFL as well, where matchups are crucial to game outcomes. In theory, the combination of the Eagles' excellent passing game and the Chiefs' incredible defense promised an epic showdown in Super Bowl history. However, we witnessed something very different on that night. The Chiefs' offensive line nullified the pressure completely and kept Patrick Mahomes protected for the entire 60 minutes of the game. We could easily attribute that to the poor field conditions, but that's a simplistic and superficial way to approach what really happened. To their glory, the Chiefs secured second place in the league in sacks during the regular season, accumulating an impressive total of 55 sacks throughout the campaign. And they carried that momentum into the playoffs. Some argued that the ability to pressure the quarterback was more important for the Eagles' success than for the Chiefs. It's undeniable that the Eagles were more productive during the regular season, but when it came to the Super Bowl, they only managed 8 sacks in the divisional and conference championship rounds of the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Chiefs registered 7 sacks in the same period. Pressure was no longer crucial for the Eagles. So, how did the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl twice with a less impressive pass rush performance, considering the prohibitive field conditions? That is perhaps the most fascinating part of this whole story. The Kansas City Chiefs faced the same challenges and found a way to overcome them. Championship teams make adjustments instead of seeking excuses. When discussing the multiple variables that affect the outcome of a game, we should consider all aspects. Did a limping Patrick Mahomes have an influence? And what about playing with a 2-score advantage? It's easy to simplify the game's outcome to a single variable when the match is over. But why just one variable? Why not consider 3? And why that particular variable? It's a simplistic approach to what happened. In reality, we know that there were several reasons why the Chiefs lifted the coveted Lombardi Trophy. The Chiefs are no strangers to the pain of Super Bowl misfortune. Last season, they were defeated in Super Bowl 55 by a 3-touchdown margin, losing 31-9 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Were the Chiefs at a disadvantage when multiple injuries forced them to assemble an improvised offensive line, with players playing out of position? That depends on who you ask, but ultimately, injuries are part of the game. The difference was that the Chiefs didn't seek excuses. The way a team handles adversity is what separates the men from the boys in the National Football League. As Julius Campbell said in Remember the Titans, attitude reflects leadership. As we approach a new season, the focus should not be on making excuses for one of Brandon Graham's toughest losses in his career. Fortunately, for the Chiefs' kingdom, that is not the culture cultivated by Andy Reid and his team at One Arrowhead Drive. And now, Kansas City Chiefs fans, we want to hear your opinion on today's video. Leave your comments below and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell.